As we travel that long and winding path of our existence, let us ponder one of the most important questions of life. Who's going to win the Kentucky Derby? That's a question we've been asking for 142 years now. We know that you can pick your friends, and we know that you can pick your clothes, but can you pick the winner of the Kentucky Derby? This is Danny Brewer, your favorite turf rider from Tennessee. Yeah, I know it's only February, but that superhighway leading to the first Saturday in May is already crowded with traffic. Back in 2012, Doug O'Neill, that trained I'll Have Another, who wound up winning the race, told me this time of year, thousands of people across the country lay awake at night dreaming of the Kentucky Derby, whether it be grooms, hot walkers, exercise riders, jockeys, owners, trainers. They all have visions of the Twin Spires of Churchill Downs. Because it's limited to 20 starters, qualifying for the Kentucky Derby is a process. With so many people wanting a chance to run in the world's most famous race, the folks at Churchill Downs have replaced the old graded stakes earnings criteria with a point system. Now, what that means is it's a playoff to determine who the 20 starters will be in the Kentucky Derby. As the Derby draws ever closer, the prep races are worth more points. So that means, as far as points are concerned, it's more important to win one of the prep races in April than it is to win one in February. These races are run at different tracks all across the country. Now in its fourth year, the point system makes the road leading to the first Saturday in May more exciting for the fans. It's easier to track that pony you have your eyes on, and it's also added excitement to the prep race calendar. Upcoming races like the Rebel Stakes, the San Vicente, and the Gotham Stakes are a little more meaningful now. For the Horsemen, things have really not changed a whole lot. Yes, they want to navigate a path that leads to the starting gates at Churchill Downs, but like Bob Baffert told me a month ago, if my horse is good enough, he's going to get there. I'm not concerned with the point system. As a four-time Derby winner and last year's champion conditioner of a Triple Crown winner, American Pharoah, I think he's got a pretty good idea about what it takes to get to Churchill Downs. So let's talk about some of the early horses to keep an eye on. The power is certainly out west again this year. Last year, the top three finishers, American Pharoah, Firing Line, and Dortmund, were all based on the West Coast. Baffert once again has some prime timers. More Spirit, Collected, Cupid, and Let's Meet in Rio. As a veteran of the game and having started 27 horses in the Derby, Bob does not come to Louisville unless he thinks he has a chance to win. More Spirit is his top contender right now. Tactical speed and a great mind are what makes this horse so dangerous. Now, what does tactical speed mean? That means he can win from anywhere. He can come from off the pace, he can stalk the pace, or he can be on the lead. And with that tactical speed, that means he can get it going when he needs to. And oh, by the way, he's also being schooled by veteran jockey and Hall of Famer Gary Stevens. Stevens has won 3 Kentucky Derbies, and he and Baffert teamed up in 1997 aboard the fabulous Silver Charm to take the Roses on the first Saturday in May. More Spirit is fresh off a win in the Robert Lewis Stakes. He stalked the pace, made his move when he needed to, and came home in good shape. He came out of the race great. Baffert really likes what he saw there, and it's all about an educational process for this horse. It's a building. You have to build these horses as you move toward the Kentucky Derby. None of them have ever gone a mile and a quarter, and this will be their first time when they step in the starting gates on that first Saturday in May. In building this horse, Bob is trying to teach him and grow him into a racehorse along the way. He's got the talent, so he's definitely got something to build on there. Another big timer from California is the undefeated 2-year-old champion Nyquist, trained by Doug O'Neill. Son of Uncle Mo, he won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, which answered some questions about his ability to ship and win. But since the launch of the Breeders' Cup in 1984, only Street Sense was able to win both the Breeders' Cup Juvenile and the Kentucky Derby. He pulled that off in 2006 and 2007. O'Neill really likes the mental makeup of his horse, and his past performances against top company tells us he really is for real. He'll go in the San Vicente on February 15th in his 3-year-old debut. Now, if these two trainers happen to hook up on the first Saturday in May, it won't be the first time. Back in 2012, when O'Neill won it with I'll Have Another, the Baffert-trained Bodemeister was a very close second in the race. Of course, there are plenty of other horses to watch right now, like Mohaymen, Sunny Ridge, and Exaggerator, just to name a few. Now that's an early peek as we move toward the greatest sporting event in the world. My name's Danny Brewer. You can catch me on HorseRacingScoop.com. And remember, if you got a hunch, bet a bunch. Back your horse and get paid.